Hello there, everybody. I just wanted to do a video to correct some way off base numbers that I had yesterday. It was pointed out to me that I may have been a little bit off, and in other conversations and comment sections on YouTube, I was talking to other people, and I got some various numbers to kind of work with that could kind of, correct where I was wrong on my video, basically addressing the fallacy that was within Guillermo's statements. So, from what I've gathered, a minimum price point that Ubisoft could have, at minimum, Ubisoft probably made about $25 off of each copy of Zombie U. At maximum, and this is kind of being generous, it's probably not likely, they would probably make about $45 off of it. This is just from the information I kind of clustered it all together after having different conversations, and had Francis from P Network, P Nintendo, basically kind of just okay, your numbers are off, but I know my points were valid, but my numbers were off a bit. So, in that respect, I'm going with that minimum number and that maximum number, and I reworked the math using those. Now, obviously, I was wrong in saying that was $1.3 million to produce a new game. I mixed up the words in the article I read, and I kind of just flipped them, not intentionally, but that's what happened. So yes, it cost them a little bit more than $1.3 million to produce a game for the Wii U. This is from Guillermo's mouth himself. Now, if anybody disbelieves that, disbelieve it, but if you disbelieve that statement, then you might as well not believe everything else he has said. So, you gotta take it two ways there. If you disbelieve that statement, then you might as well disbelieve the Nintendo gamers only want games like Just Dance, which is complete crock of crap. But let's get back to the point at hand. Okay, so I kind of wrote it down on a little index card, which is right in front of me. If Ubisoft is making $25 back per purchase for Zombie U, or at $60 at that price point. I'm pretty sure it didn't stay consistently at that price point for too long, but I'm almost certain that most of that 500,000 that they got when the Wii U install base was at about 3 million, when they were making sales of about, there's 1 in every 6 people who owned the Wii U bought the game, which isn't a bad attach rate at all, honestly. But you look at it that way, $25 times 500,000 purchases of a physical copy, not talking digital, not talking the bundle, but just the physical copy of the game. It works out to $12.5 million. $12.5 million, and that doesn't even encompass all of the various purchase options for this game, just the physical one. You add in the additional 200,000 copies that were purchased physically when the install base grew, you add on another 5 million for $17.5 million. That's with $25. That is the minimum that they can make at the 60, as far as what I have I've discussed with people, I should say. Okay? The maximum, as far as what I have discussed with people, this isn't exactly okay, I know this is how much they're making off of it. These are very, very rough estimates. One I had even yesterday was even worse, because I didn't take into account a few things licensee fees and stuff like that. But go with the maximum. At that $45 and 500,000 units sold, $22.5 million. 22.5. If that 45 was consistent and they sold for 60 a piece at that price, and you get the additional 200,000 with the growing install base for the physical copy, that's an additional $9 million, which will put it at $31.5 million that was made. I doubt that's what they made now that I've actually had time to think about it, but I don't think they were too far off from that. They're probably somewhere in the middle of my minimum and maximum, probably somewhere around 25 million is my guess, is what they made off the physical copies. That's a personal guess. I don't know for sure. Please don't take that as I'm saying that's what they got. So I thought I had written something on the back of that, but I didn't, apparently. My statements, my point, they still kind of stand. But here's the fun thing. Even if you still give in my generous offer of 10 million in advertising, which I'm pretty sure I didn't see $10 million worth of advertising. I think I saw like 2 commercials that didn't play for very long. I saw quite a few online advertisements, but they really don't have to make a whole lot of different advertisements for that. They make one advertisement and paste it to various other places, which wouldn't cost them a whole lot of money to do. At the maximum, well, at the minimum, they've made $7.5 million on the physical copies. At the maximum, they've made $21.5 million off the physical copies. Not the digital, not the bundles. Just the game and the physical copy of the game. That's really all I really wanted to correct, because, I mean, it's not even really correcting, it's just making it somewhat more accurate. And like I said, I pretty much don't even feel like this is accurate. It's closer to accurate, though. So that's all I can really say for that. I still think that he was talking out his butt. I still think that he was being a pompous butthole. I still think that he needs to respect his consumers more. He needs to show more appreciation for the people that purchase the product, and he has to show more respect. I think I already said that. Never mind. He needs to not be such a dick. That's really the main thesis here. He needs to not be a dick towards the people who could potentially purchase this product and that have purchased this product. And this is something Zen Gamer has said time and time and time and time again. Nintendo consumers, Nintendo gamers, fan base is vindictive, and highly so. And these game companies know this. This is the bad thing. They know this. It's not like they're stupid. At least not in that sense. They're privy to this. They know. You piss off the Nintendo fan base, they will get back at you. And how do they get back at you? By not buying what you put out. And I mean, Nintendo gamers were trying to give these various series a chance. They did. Not a whole lot of people, because we've gotten to the situation where, hey, Digital Foundry puts up videos showing that there are performance problems. Other people put up videos talking about problems with glitches and performance issues in the games. If you have a buggy, glitchy, crappy port of a game, why the hell would I buy it on the console why would I buy it on a console where the game is literally gimped? Why would I buy it on the platform where the game is gimped if I'm going to get it? I'm not going to. And they also don't take into consideration that these people more than likely have more than one console. There's no way in the world you can tell me that a split user base, and it's not exactly this, but a split user base of 160 million people between the Xbox 360 and PS3 don't own both, that half of those people don't own both consoles. You have to at least account for half of it. I mean, it's probably not that, but I don't know for sure. It might be a higher number, it might be a lower number. But if you're going to think of it this way, if you even cut that in half, you're still sitting at 80 million users for the Xbox 360 and PS3. And then there are people who have sold off their consoles, and people have. There's a lot to consider. If you're just going with just the sales number, then you're missing the point. You're missing the point a whole lot. But that's another discussion for another time. Like I said, I really wanted to just like kind of talk about those numbers I came up with, because I'll admit they did seem very, very off when I listened back. So I'll give everybody that corrected me on that. You know, that's probably definitely wrong. I would also like to point people to go to Strictly Nintendo, as he did an open letter to Mr. Guillermo, and he made some majorly good points, and I think that people should go ahead and check that video out. I'll drop the link in the description. That way you can go to his channel. If you're not familiar with him, go ahead and check him out. Like, he's a cool dude. He stays calm, he stays collected, and he makes his points very well. So that's all I really gotta say. Thank you very much for listening. This probably won't have the normal introduction. It'll probably just be up. So yeah, take it as you will. Just wanted to make that correction, people. Peace out.